name is Katie Harrington. I'm the lieutenant in the Worcester, Massachusetts Fire Department in charge of community risk reduction and public education. We did a community risk assessment back in 2015, and like across the country, we realized that cooking fires were our number one cause of fires. When we dug a little bit deeper into the data, we realized that 4 high-rise buildings were the leading cause of these cooking fires. We applied for the AFG Fire Prevention and Safety Grant in order to fund the purchase and installation of the SmartBurner technology, where we could install these SmartBurners in these 4 high-rises to eliminate stovetop cooking fires. The SmartBurners are actually a solid cast iron surface so that you actually just pull out the coils of an electric stove and you can replace them with this solid cast iron surface. The technology has a heat limiting control device in the solid cast iron surface. We first learned about them at Vision 2020. They were a vendor at the symposium. And so after learning about them and the success of the product actually eliminating stovetop cooking fires, it was something that we had to have in the Worcester Housing Authority so that we could diminish our cooking fire numbers down to 0, just as the product has done for us.
To others that are looking at this technology to implement and move forward with, I would say that from a return on investment, for the Worcester Housing Authority, it was a no-brainer. Knowing the history of fires, how much they cost, how much they disrupted the lives of our tenants, and the amount of money spent on doing building repairs, from that standpoint, going to not have to worry about fires, not displacing people, not having to repair buildings, and essentially being able to sleep at night. That to us is worth every penny that we spent on this program.
So in discussing with the management about the product and the cost, at first it was a little bit overwhelming, but once we partnered to actually write the grant, and they were excited about the fact that they weren't going to have to pay for the installation, and we did some extensive research and explanation of the product for them. They realized that the product is green. The product in the end would save them a significant amount of money. In just that year, with those 186 cooking fires, they had nearly $500,000 of damage in those properties. In a total of 4 grants, we were able to install the SmartBurners in 2,981 apartments for the Worcester Housing Authority. Since then, where these SmartBurners have been installed, we've had 0 cooking. As people became aware of their new technology, they had some questions. So we had to educate not only the top and the middle, but also the maintenance people that were in and out of the buildings on a daily basis. Of all those folks that actually were home, we did a home safety. So we started with the maintenance and care and understanding of the product of the SmartBurner. And then we went to the importance of having working smoke alarms, having your 2 ways out, knowing which way to go, and practice and planning your escape. So with this product comes a little bit of change. So there had to be some adjustment in some of their cooking practices. Having a flat bottom pan for the stove, because now that you have a flat surface that you're cooking on, having a flat bottom pan was a benefit. Pioneering Technologies came back with some recipe cards to assist in some of this changing cooking style and changing cooking techniques, which was a great benefit for us and the Housing Authority too. This project really brought some positivity to the relationship between and the partnership of the Worcester Housing Authority and the Fire Department. So while we were installing the second round of funding, we had a fire in one of the other Housing Authority properties. So at that point, we put a quick halt on what we were installing. We asked for an amendment in the grant, and we were able to outfit those 60 apartments with the SmartBurner, and being there educationally, giving them something that would prevent stovetop cooking fires in the future. And in the following year, we wrote a grant to continue the process because the results were so great. And we installed approximately about the same amount at that time. The third grant was a little bit smaller because the last grant that we had would be the family housing. It does have a lot of young kids, which is a vulnerable population for us. So we pushed through, got the fourth grant in year 5, and finished installing those during COVID. And like I said, as a result of having those children home in the hole, we were able to do a better, fuller educational process, and the same as installing burners. So I guess if I was to just give anyone some advice, this is a project that we've completed, we've evaluated, we've brought 0 cooking fires to the city in these housing authority properties. We talk about fire prevention being primary and secondary, and the SmartBurner technology is really the only primary technology for primary fire prevention that we have found. The project is successful, and it now has been successfully replicated. So I look forward to watching this grow across the country, because fire prevention is everyone, every day. And if we can reduce stovetop cooking fires to 0, that is our #1 cause of fires across the country.